someone to save. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. I wish you all the best I can, and I stop myself for a while. I'm saying things I don't believe. The panic's rising up in you. Why won't you tell me something new? Don't you think for the people the best we find back my stuff a little sooner than this? Don't you think for the people the best we find back my stuff a little sooner than this? Don't you wish I would have been someone else? I wanna feel your gas without making a mess at you. Why won't you tell me something new? I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Don't you think for the people the best we find back my stuff a little sooner than this? Don't you think for the people the best we find back my stuff a little sooner than this? Don't you wish I would have been someone else? I wanna feel your gas without making a mess at you. Why won't you tell me something new? Wish you all the best I can, then I stop myself for a while.
Damn, feeling lucky. How about most streets? Us two in these streets. Diamonds on my feet. Caught up in these talks. Circling my head top. Should've been more cautious. Now I got what I wanted. Many I've been here before. Made it out of 11 more. Like my phone cortex, so I can't stop. I want it all. Listen up, I'm calling you. I need you to tell the truth. Remember when you wanted to. Remember that I said was you. Turn around, eat your greens. When you fight, but you do real clean. Then you come to the bed and you love real dirty. Everybody sweater drops, you're real keen. Bring it, let me get your juiciest piece. Can't remember when I've had the same please. The shops of the club never had no boundary. How's it gonna be? Wanna eat these centipedes? Where we gonna go? You're gonna eat these calories. Giving me a treat to refill these batteries. Then you only them on your knees, there's no way to dream. Ooh, it's sneaking up on you. There's nothing you can do. There's things about the boo. It's sneaking up on you. There's nothing you can do. There's things about the boom. I lose control when you do it like that. Ain't got you love when I go mad. Got you at the perfect time. I was watching it. You know what you both do.
Sean, you missed your cue, man. That was the perfect transition right there. What happened? What happened?
Averiguando qué hacer por la noche. Entonces centrarse en mi cuarto pa' ver. Levántate mi amor, hoy vamos a beber. Ponte algo sexy, bebé. Tírate un selfie, bebé. Yeah, hey. Ponte algo sexy, mi amor.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Hola, mis perros, mis compadres, mis amigos. ¿Cómo estás esta noche? Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. Sunday night, January 5th, 2025. It's been an interesting day here. Yeah, I'm here on the little tiny time frame. It's a tiny one. It's a 6 minute. It's basically what we've been doing all day. I mean, I think when we left off last night somewhere. Was it last night or today? I don't know. I've been following this today in the Telegram community over here. Let's see. We first looked really cool getting our high there, higher than this high, even higher than these highs over here. Looked really good, and then she decided, and I pulled a fib, and what I was doing is trying to show how the fibs work, right? And trying to show the relationship and all this. If you look down right below my little astronaut in here, my turkey head, that fib pull, where we lost it and fell to the bottom, it now to 1.272 Fibonacci. Can we go? I thought you could click to my next one. You don't. Well, that sucks. Well, that throws me all off here. All right, so you changed screens on me and everything there. Boomer at the wheel. Boomer at the wheel. All right, and then from there, what I did is I drew the Fibonacci from that swing high to swing low and showed where we were topping out. We just identified the bottom. You have to pull a different fib, and then you get right where we topped out at was a 113. Now I thought that might be it, and it can. Turns out she said screw. And then I started looking for some lower targets we could go, and I think I posted that. She said, "Screw you, Road Dogg. I'm going to the 1.272," and they can do that too. I ain't gonna bitch about it. I think, this is me putting the new targets in and whatever, but we had this trend line going on. Now we have broken out of that since then, so that's kind of cool. This is where it said, "Screw you, Road Dogg. I'm going to the 272." So then that was kind of our top area. So then I can now pull another fib from this bottom to that high and try to pin in where, we might catch some support. I also got this trend line drawn here that kind of helps me identify those areas. I'm just going through my thought process here. I think it's better than if I just and document along the way. So this is where we got rejected at that 1.272. This was the 113. And now we broke that trend line, right? And we're falling. And the 236 at 98,405, I think that looked like it was going to catch for a while. And I put out, and if it did, we would expect a big move. If not, expect 98,172. I think we ended up coming back to 97,900. If I'm remembering right. Get kind of blurry today. Here's where we look like we were holding that strong, and if we were to bounce under there, man, it was going to be bullish is all get out. Bullish. But and it looks like that at the beginning and everything, but you got to give them time. There. And then eventually she broke down, and not only to my 382 that I was really kind of hoping that would catch on, but she came down to our 0.5, broke this trend line. We were looking at this trend line. It broke this one. And then now I got to go through and identify all the possibilities. And took some measure moves, and they were identifying that we could come down here, but we didn't. Now, some of the clues that that we tipped that we didn't, and when I'm looking at the 800, 600, and 360 moving averages and all of that can act as support there. The momentum is there that we can come back in, and this could be a bear trap. So we're mentioning that idea, right? And we got sure enough, that's what she did. She bounced off these areas, that 0.5 Fibonacci area, 97,900, came back in, and she broke back into this trend behind my big ass turkey head. This big old white trend line broke back in there, making this a bear trap. Now the thing with the pattern trading, that one of my little things that I really like. Now I learned this. I did not learn this from Thomas Bukowski. I learned this from one of my mentors, Crypto Bitcoin Chris, who I don't even think he has a trading group anymore. Crypto Revolution. When you do a bear trap, that's who I learned the concept of bear traps. He would say that's when I go hard, is when they come back into the pattern, because they usually have a big strong move. And I found that to be very true. So that's something great to look for. I'm always looking for these guys. That's why I want to pay attention to my trend lines and catch them. Sometimes just people include them when they just slap a trend line on and they kind of miss them, or something in retrospect, or, some people miss them sometimes, but I found if you can catch some, even some small ones, and you still get a nice move. Anyway, that's what happened, and we were at 98,200 there. From there, well, holy bajiggity, we just started blasting to the upside. Didn't get a chance to draw any trend lines or anything like that. She's just saying, I want to go up. So I've been following that over there. There's some more things and everything where we even go up, kind of where we are now. Let's get to where we are now. Let's say hello to everybody. Look, we got we reclaim I'm on a 6-minute time frame, and that's what those charts were based off. We've just fallen in on small time frames. I do make my plans I want to make this clear. I make my plans and I go by what the bigger time frames say. I just watch it play out here on the smaller ones, and it's a good place just to kind of practice your fibs on some of these smaller moves here. I'm just saying. So this is very bullish that we're not having a big severe correction. We're above the 9 moving average on this, even this small time frame. Here is that bear trap we were looking at right there, and look how we've done. I've had this target here for 99,475 right there. It's based on another fib here that we're still in that jurisdiction. So I'm still that is still my target that I'm looking for us to hit. Do have one more target right above that. Now these two should get a pullback. They should get a reaction just like we got at this 113 and this 127. This is a 127, and I think this is a 1386 from our pulls. Anyway, we're about 99,700 is right through there. It's where I'm saying that we can go short term. Now, taking into account the patterns or the ideas that we got some trend lines here. So we had some other ideas. We can also pull this up, and that identifies the channel that we're in to the very extremes there. We popped out to the top. We still got some more work to do, but we did get a breakout of this red trend line, and that's cool. There is a possibility, especially now that you can see it in the channel, it might make it a little bit more clear to see it, that we bounce in these channels and we might come back down and touch the bottom of that, and that would also be maybe a retest of this area, or we already retested this particular area. Might be a retest of this bottom trend line. You've still got some of those ideas, and now we can also extend this out if we need to cover that if we had to. But it's nice. You might be flagging out. There's a little bit of a symmetrical shape there, which would be a little more like a pennant. If that's true, this is a very small time frame, and I am not a flag chaser, but I mean, this is a legitimate idea, so I'm not going to bash it. Pennants, contrary to where you would put your measure move on a flag is one that, where it's going down like this. Now on a flag, and I started doing this because I got better results, and I started doing this, and Thomas Bukowski says a flag, you would put it at the bottom, like the last touch there, and get your measure move that way. On a pennant, however, you do actually put it at the breakout. And so technically you got to wait for the confirmation. We're going to estimate that we've got it here, and it takes us up the measure move for this flag pole, for the flag pennant, to $100,200. So we'll plant that idea up there. I'll color it as a little measure move. I like to do that, keep track of this and what things are. I guess I should probably identify. Sometimes I forget what they are. Pennant. You spelled it wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing today? Are you enjoying the market? You see the green here on the bubbles on the daily and got some good moves for some things, and we were hoping for that. We were looking for that. We were looking at total 3 over here and how it's respecting this bottom trend line and this other trend line, and seeing that we got a bump over some areas. We cleared some hurdles. There's a little resistance over here that we still got to go up, but we're eventually making our way back up to this white line. That area about $115 trillion. And you know what that means? That means altcoin's gonna pump, baby. It's gonna feel like it did back here, back in the good old days, back in the early December, when we were like, holy crap, my dreams are coming true right before my eyes. We're headed that direction again one more time, getting those, pumping up those portfolios to those previous levels, and hopefully this time we'll feel a little bit of more profit, because if you haven't noticed, altcoins still at this part of the market, and still while Bitcoin dominance is still trying to figure out its way. My prediction for Bitcoin dominance is she's going to U-turn around here and start gaining some ground, and that's going to hurt the altcoins. That's my prediction. It has not played out. It has not yet played out, and we might have some more downside on Bitcoin dominance, which is good for altcoins. But that's my overall prediction on Bitcoin dominance. I think she's going to U-turn on us over the next couple of weeks here. And then what you going to do? If you're not taking profit along the way, it's going to hurt. It's going to sting a little bit, like all this did. I don't like being stung by this market. This market, it stings. It hurts. Looking at SPX over here, since I just happen to have it pulled up, we lost our trend line there. Ooh, they're going through some trouble. You're in trouble, SPX. They're still respecting this top trend line, so there's some hope we can bounce off of here and try to figure things out. Like a shoulder, head, and you know, she might be. The head and shoulders is a common top problem, especially if you got some kind of channel idea, or even, you know, a falling wedge falls in that channel idea, or a rising wedge falls in that channel idea, and you can see them, you know, play. And usually a lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times you'll see that right shoulder will be the resistance underneath that trend line, and that's a little added thing that you can look for. But you know, it's got to actually break that this neckline area, get below some air. She could fake us out too, so she tried. I'd like to see the legacy market continue bullishly too, so that it would help our altcoins perform better and our Bitcoins perform better. Let's say hello to everybody before we go check out the news and start diving into the charts. 30 people, so glad to have you here. I feel very blessed tonight. It's Sunday day, the Lord's day. The weather's getting crazy over my area. It's getting ready to, so I hear. And a lot of the eastern United States, I don't know. Maybe it will freeze all them UFO drones in the air and we can see what they are. Let's say made in China. Man, we take all secrets. We take all your secrets. We got Chris Klein. How's it going, Chris? He is first. Congratulations, my man, for being first today. We got Bullish on Parade. Loki's Angels. Duality Crypto. Ayman Alwadi. Welcome, my man. I seen your message up there. The message was, hopefully I will not forget. Sometimes I get scatterbrained, but I usually try to do this. This is part of my shows. Would love if you can give a take on the overall market and where we are in terms of the alts, and anything that you have to say for the trunk and operation on crypto. So I usually go over that, and I'll try to think about. So he should be confirmed, I think, on the 6th. That's traditionally when it happens. I don't think there's any hold. I haven't kept up with it. There are powers to be that do not want to see that happen, because it will expose all the madness that they've been hiding for the last, I dare say, 40 years. I think we're going to see some crazy stuff come out of some. We're going to see some skeletons come out of some closets over this administration. I believe. I hope. I'm going to be disappointed if we don't. I'm expecting that. Things are going to get wild. But I think in a good way. I think a way that needs to be. I think we need to get back to our patriotic ways back in here in America, back to our 1776 attitudes back there when the founding fathers founded this country. We got away from there. We got away from our God that we founded this country on. That was the mistake number one. You read the Bible and see every time that a nation got away from God, bad things happened and good things stopped. So, like it or not, that's where our country was founded, on the ideas of God and the rights that God gave us. So once you made that contract, baby, you got to stick with that deal. Floki's Angels. Sam, how's it going? How's it going, Sam, my man? He's speaking in tongues. Smoked turkey is my favorite. Hey, Warthog Thunderbolt, how's it going? Board crypto guy. Hey, there's Straka. How's it going? Oh, there's something. Hey, Road Kringhale says, hey, Road Dog, can you give us some thoughts on the various Trump coins? That is Trump MAGA prime for a 7th dump. Man, they've dumped ever since Bitcoin Nashville convention there. I mean, because I've got some of those, right? And I even added when they got cheap. Then they got cheaper. Got way cheaper. I don't, but at this point, if I sell it, let's chump change what I get for it. So yeah, we can take a, might have to remind me, but let me make a list there. We will take a look at that. Bush on Parade, Tommy 2 liters, Sicario. Do you want a whiskey? Yeah, I'd love one. Thanks. No problem. I'm my own best friend. Best friends forever. The snow is nice. Oh, you already got the snow? I haven't got it where I'm at yet. Real Estate Machine says, yes, taking more profit in this pump. Me too. Me too. Can you look at FET and FX? I will. I'll do. I'm trying to get into a habit of or into a little grind here on the show. So I'll go over the markets first, then I will pump. Actually, I'll go ahead and do it now. What I like to do is have a little marker so I can come back and see all the requests, but I can go ahead and put the request button up. So what it does, I'm way behind on the chat right now. It puts it up here, and then when I come back from all that, I'll look here for the coins and jot them down on the list, and then just start trying to go through them and try to go through them a little faster. There's a few coins I want to go over real quick too, but right now let's go check out and see what the alpha is, because Layer GG's got some new news for us, and he usually has some good stuff when we can keep up with him. Sean, can you take us over to the newsroom? Thur. Anytime, Sean. Just say it. Sean. The button. All right, so the last 12 hours, Bitcoin. Michael Saylor hints that MicroStrategies is buying more Bitcoin. Again? It's like he knows something after visiting Trump and all those government people. It's crazy. Surely that's not the case, is it? Expect to see news of MicroStrategy buying more Bitcoin in the coming days. You go, Michael. You buy it, baby. Buy it. Man, we got a billionaire that buys the tops of Bitcoin. What more can we ask for right now? The fuck off. Love you, man. AI16Z swarms. Ticker swarms. After AI16 partner Roperito publicly criticized Swarm's development skills and code, Shah of AI16Z raised suspicions about the Swarm's founder's past fraudulent convictions. Oh, it's getting testy in here now. Ooh, cat fight. That's what happened. Story Protocol tweeted, next week will be fun. Hey, that's great news. I was hoping we'd have a fun week. Why is it going to be fun? To tease a big update. Oh man, it sounds like you're just a tease. These updates appear to be AI, YAP, and IP related. YAPIP. If you put all those together, YAPIP. I'm just putting AI, YAP, and IP together. That's what it says. YAPIP. Yeah, it wasn't funny. FET, the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, ASI, will announce plans to burn 5 million FET? That's worth about $7.9 million at its paltry small price. On January the 10th, the burn commences. I like it when they burn coins that aren't mine, because I don't want them to burn my coins, but it makes my coins go up in value. So burn away, my friends, burn away that excess pork. Auction. Bounce Brand has launched its own perp exchange, BounceX. Well, that's fitting, which allows users to trade perpetuals using auction as collateral. Just if you didn't need something else to convolute matters. The Viction team has announced Retro Drop Season 1. VIC stakers, governance participants, and active users will receive VIC airdrops. Get your big VIC airdrop today. Just have a big VIC just drop on you. Bitcoin monthly returns, January. Hey man, I have not actually seen that. Can we blow that up? Can we? You can't see it? Oh man. Well, Sean, take us back to the chart room so we can see this. Sean? Oh man. Habib, kick him. Damn. Oh no, shit.
For those of you out there that hitting that like button, I just say thank you.
Thank you for hitting the button, Sean. Looky. Here's what we look like. Here on Layer GG, he's got this little meme posted up here. But here's our Bitcoin monthly return. So September, 7%. October, 10%. Boy, it didn't feel like it was going to do much in October, did it? November, present surprise toward the end, though, right? Toward the end. So you threw us off a little bit. We're like, where is what? Why am I in crypto? Remember those moments? December, that's a little surprising. Considering that back in 2020 it was 46%, you know, 2020 had some nice 27%, 42%, 46%. Those were the gains. We hadn't quite seen it yet. We had a negative 2% for December, but we're bouncing out here. Right above, which one is that? My left turkey drum. Oh, wrong way. Up that way. YMCA. Is it that left or right, Sean? That way. 5% January. So far, January is not yet over. It's just begun, and we've already knocked out December. We've doubled up, and gosh darn it, it's looking good so far. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Layer GG News. Sean, can you get us back to the regular? Thank you. Let me come back to the chat here. Justin Crypto says, getting the XLM memes before they hit Deck Screener. Petrocanum tempted to add more Manakey to my bed. Thoughts? Oh, great. Well, we can try to look at all that. We will. The quicker get into the charts, the quicker we can get over there. Justin Crypto says, God Candle. Real Estate Machine, can you play how you pull your fibs like I'm a 5-year-old? I can do the basics of them. Let me go over the direction, because that was something nobody ever made me clear about for a long time. But let me go over that really quick, because I always answer TA questions. I always try to. I started this channel to teach TA. So you have a low to a high. That's why you always hear me say my little incantation when I was the freaky glowing in the eye voodoo looking guy. So I got this little poem that I say that just to help get that point across, and it's swing low to swing high, tell me where I need to buy. And what that means is going from low to high, that you'll be looking for price to come down and stop at one of these levels. And at different phases of the market, and regarding previous fib pulls, you know, there can be a variation there. There's actually, what I've found is there's a dance among the fib levels as they play out. There's kind of a dance. There's a dance between the moving average strategies I've got, and there's also kind of like a dance with the fibs. There's repeatable patterns that happen here. So, but anyway, so price went up, we had a low and we had a high, and if we can confirm a high and a low, we can pull from those low to high, and then that's our retracement. These are all called retracements, and this tells us how low we can go. And a 786 and an 886, those are some really deep retracements. There's some extensions we can put on in case we start losing these areas, or show signs that we're going to. But the 618 is the golden ratio, and that's typically the one where you expect it to always pull back to, except when things get really bullish. And it may take it a while to get there. All right, so once you've determined that, now if you got, so you're testing off of this one, but now you got a high, and now you made a low before you started turning it around. And this should be at a fib level that we saw, right? This should be hanging out at a fib level. The 0.5 Fibonacci right there, right? Well, now we've established that we got a bottom right there. We can take our fib pool. Now this one's a different, and not everybody does it this way. But we go from a high to the low. Swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. This one gives us the places where it's going to find resistance on its upswing. And then you got the short-term targets anywhere below here, below that little 1 down to 0, because that's all it is a 100% range. And then you got extra ones for the little extra range. And I've got extra ones added in here, but basically it's just right through here is all they give you standard. You have to add the others. But that's part of my strategy. It's not part of, the standard, whatever. But that's it. So you pull from swing low to swing high. Tell me where I want to buy. Swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. And the 786 and the 886 are usually your toppy areas if we're going to make a lower high. And hopefully that kind of answered that question. Let's get into the chart. So let's zoom out. That's always good to zoom out. We took a look at Bitcoin on a very small time frame. Oh, cowgirl, ride 'em cowboy. Woo, baby, rodeo season. Let's go to a chart that's not all gunked up with stuff. Oh man, I want to erase some stuff, but I don't want to erase everything. I've had that same target area, 99.6, well, before on some other things too. Carrying over to here, and Ichimoku Cloud likes that element too. We're here on the daily, and we appear that we might be trying to ricochet off of this cloud. Hopefully, I don't like this little thing of red over here. That's not what I want to see. Now I've got to start thinking we might hit some sideways areas here. I don't like that. So this is on the daily. We got to keep an eye on that. So we're not out of the clear just yet, but we are. This $100,000 area it looks like it's going to be a tricky area for us to clear. So if we can clear some candles there, that's good. I'm not seeing yet that we will do that though. I gotta voice that opinion. Here on the daily, we're above the 9 moving average. That's cool. But this 21 just now crossed that 50 bearishly. So that's going to put some bearish momentum into our short-term price action here over the next few days. So tomorrow being Monday, I don't know. They might try to get us all bullish, and then Tuesday may dump us, or vice versa. May dump us tomorrow and then get us bullish. I don't know. I think it is going to be a little hectic week. I think we got some stuff coming out on Wednesday that I don't think it should have a big effect on the market. But then we got Trump coming up on the 6th. That's tomorrow, isn't it? Oh crap, the 6th is here. So that might be something that affects the volatility. Either pumping or dumping, I don't know. The market makers seem to like any kind of news that they can pump in one direction or the other. They seem to be, let's make this sucker roll. And they try to just like to flush things out on news days or special days. So probably would be a good idea to play it a little safer tomorrow. But now we are above the 9 moving average. We're above the 21, and we are above the 50. So technically that's pretty gosh darn good. If we do push up in price, that will be enough to start getting this 9 moving average to continue to turn around here. What I have is I have a 5 moving average strategy, and I have 5 very specific moving averages that I use. And then I also have an additional 3 that I throw over here that give me even more insight. It's amazing. But I pay attention to where price is in relation to them, how they are in relation to it, like the price being over a certain moving averages, like the 9. I also take in relation what moving averages cross. That tells me something, and the angles that they cross, if it's a steep angle, shallow angles, things like that. There's like I said, there's a dance between price and these moving averages, a dance between the moving averages themselves, how they kind of twist and it's pretty cool. But basically, being above all 3, we could get a nice bullish pump up, but we could always come back to meet that 9 moving average. And that's sitting about 95.9. It's not too bad of a dump than $5,000. And that kind of hints that maybe we might be doing something like this, and we might be coming down to make a higher low. And that for pattern traders, a lot of people will see this as a inverted head and shoulders pattern, even though we're not even anywhere near to even printing one out or confirming one. But we could see something like that. That often does happen. So we might see this week a pull back on Bitcoin back to these. I mean, it could happen. It all depends on how we act up here around 100,000. But if now we're bullish and we start making it above those areas, that looks cool. And so I'm going to come down to the 4 hour because it can give us a little bit more noise in the chart. And the 4 hour is a good one to track on this right now because of the 200 moving average. And if we can get up above it and reclaim it instead of just getting above it and losing it, that's what we have been doing. And we might do it one last time just to make that higher low. Because we got nothing. We got a low and then we got a lower low. So we need to get a higher low. Especially if we can't get past here. Or maybe we get past just a little bit just to make a higher high and we can still come back down here and do that. And it does look like this might turn into maybe a head and shoulders type pattern. I've seen that happen before. They start out with, this is supposed to be a bottom pattern here on Adam and Eve. And it didn't play out. It didn't play out. It busted is what we call it. And then that's not working. And then it turns into, something else. The price involves to something else that you can recognize. But basically, whether you're looking at it, Adam and Eve or inverted head and shoulder, you're still within a channel. You cannot get away from a channel. And so if nothing else, playing channels, you can't really go wrong with the channel idea. You just can't. Whatever pattern traders are calling out, as long as you can see, we're just in a channel, an accumulation channel. A consolidation channel. Consolidation is really the word that I'm looking for. And you always got to measure move for that. And it's basically the same for the inverted head and shoulder too. You're not going to get it wrong, darling. You're not going to get it wrong. It's suggesting about somewhere around 106,005. But it doesn't mean a straight up shot. But I will tell you one thing that a lot of other pattern traders just don't talk about, and even a lot of other channel traders don't talk about, is that when you get a break out of that pattern, whether it be an inverted head and shoulders or horizontal channel, there is your probability to bust out, where you got just about as the same probability to come back and retest that area. That's what you don't hear enough, and you got to say that because if you know that, then you can plan. You can plan better to maybe take a little bit more profit, and then you've got a good chance. It doesn't happen every time, though. It does not happen every time, but more often than not. And for these inverted head and shoulder patterns, they can go up quite a bit. And you think, oh man, you forget all about all this. You're like, we're ready to flag out and go to the upside. But no, it comes back and retests here. And you're like, oh dang, man, got to pull back. Dang, market makers. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I did not catch that. So, I mean, those are some ideas to keep in mind that can, if you think in those terms, you can kind of see a few moves ahead sometimes. That's how I look at it anyway. Let's move on. So we were looking at our indices, and I think it looks good for altcoins. It looks good. So it looks good for total 3. We'll just take a quick look here in maybe a 4 hour or something. See, we got a breakout on this too, above the 204 hour moving average here. And she looks ready to rip. She's already testing her tops there. She's ready to try to go up. So this area about 106 trillion, we can get a little hiccup there. We're at 104, so another $2 trillion we might start stumbling around between there and 108. But this $113 trillion, 114, 115 even, and 124 higher. I got us going up. Altcoins should be doing good. We just cleared a level. There's no reason to turn bullish now. We just cleared a level. We just confirmed a double bottom pattern right here, or a channel. If you're following what we just said a minute ago, we just popped out of a channel. Might retest, but it looks strong that we can hold. We got some moving averages that need to come up. Yeah, there could be a retest. May not be now though. She may come up and then come back. May never come back at all. I don't know, but she's doing good. She's doing good. It looks like we could have a decent week out of altcoins. It looks like January could be a decent month for altcoins, with some give and a little take. I recommend taking in profits on the give. Take on the give. Don't give on the take. Let's go. Let's see. We did everything we needed to do, I believe. Let's go to the chat. Let's start getting some altcoins here. See what you guys. Oh, there was a. Let me go over the ones. Here's one. I mentioned this one before. We follow this one on the channel because I've been in this one a long time. I like this one. This is a decentralized deck on the Cosmos ecosystem called Osmosis. And let's see. Coinbase is. Binance would probably have the best chart. Do we not have like? Yeah. KuCoin has a good chart. I need a chart that's got lots of price history. So Osmosis, she's breaking out of her bottom areas too. She was down to under 50 cents, right? Somewhere around 43 to 48 cents in that range for a long time. She's at 52 now. This one I know can get high, over $10. Oh, Binance, you don't have, or KuCoin, you don't have anything more than that. Yeah, we need a bigger chart than this. Go to Binance. Binance has got more, right? So anyway, we've already got it charted out here with our little areas, but I can see her getting back up to 84. Even, man, we're going to put it up here. Our next one, about 118 to 120 in that area, going to be slowly moving our way up there. We're in a funnel pattern or a megaphone pattern, and they're fun. 84, 90 cents, top of this pattern's coming into play, and eventually she's just going to keep on ripping. So she's at a good point for if you're looking for a slow play that could turn into something more, and she can get a lot further than $3 or $4. But even it's got a target up here at 250 from where we are now, 150. You can make some gains on these. These are some coins that are still in their bottoms here, not coming out of their little discount zone. So there are still a few deals out there like that can still make you some bigger gains if you're looking for the X's to come. So that's one I'd share with you. Take a look at Filecoin, because Filecoin has just been having a good day today. Who's thought Filecoin? I run it. Some people are looking Filecoin down here now. I wouldn't even touch it. I wouldn't even touch it with a 10-foot pole. I've heard some people say that when she's down here at these juicy areas, about 350. She went up to $8 from that and had a big pullback, retesting this area right here, our accumulation zone we just talked about. Well, this is the sweet spot to buy it. She broke out. That was a sweet spot to take profits at the 618. I say the same things a lot. You've heard this a lot. That's the 618. This one nailed it perfect. It did exactly. I mean, this one's great. Not saying they all look like this, but I mean, you can't. She did what she needed to do. Megaphone pattern. I know it's crazy until that one day when this target hits. We're looking for some possible other targets if she wanted to bounce off of here and go to them. And she decided, no, I'm going to break down out of this pattern because this is a bearish pattern. It did what it's supposed to do, found support. And now we just got a bigger, wider thing going on. So this is probably out of the question for this trend line anymore, but who knows? But she's got something else going. We do see 848 and these $10 targets still in play, just waiting for them to hit out of Filecoin. Just nice to see her get up here. And what she's doing is she's in markup stage now. And then if she can get past 626, we can start looking at the next target, 737. Filecoin looking good, baby. Was that an Adam and Eve? I heard when somebody said, man, I've been playing Adam and Eves. I'm like, well, that's because most altcoins have got Adam and Eves, dude. I mean, that's what they got. And most of the Adam and Eves did not pan out. They ended up being, a channel idea, a range. And this one shows you perfect now. But then I guess, this is an Adam and Eve within an Adam and Eve. So you're going to take Adam and Eve over here, but make that an Adam and then call this an Eve. Okay. Isn't that stretching it just a little bit? I mean, we can have these conversations, but what I found is what the OGs told me, and I didn't want to believe it. It's like, son, just put in a channel or a triangle and you'll be just fine. I said, it can't be that easy. But as time goes by, that's what I'm leaning toward, man. I'm like, screw arguing about if this is a this and it's got a little bit of this and it's got a little bit of cup and handle here and a little bit of that. Maybe that channel tells you everything, and you get, what do you get? What do you get from that channel idea? If you just follow, the standard, well, you get a great little measured mood taking us right to where we are right now. if you want to be a little gutsy and try to go for, you know, this whole thing over here, I mean, you can. I mean, well, I'm not going to stop you. Let's do it for fun and see how it plays out. It does take you right to the top of this range, so it's got, you know, you can't say it's not going to do good or be a good spot. There is some confidence for it, and for every measure move, you should be looking to the left for confidence on them. Just in case any pattern gurus haven't mentioned that. I think I tried to mention some of the things. These are some of the things I heard when I was trying to learn this that helped me out. So I just try to keep saying them. Because I figure, well, maybe somebody out there is probably like I was. And, you know, this little bit of here, a little key information here could have been just what you need to help make things click. Altcoin. All right, so I went over most of the coins I wanted to talk about other than Move. Move is... I don't like the tokenomics on this one as much, but she's doing okay so far. Trying to make some higher highs. So all we can do is follow trend line ideas. Ooh, resistance right there for that one. This is hopefully our new trend line that we're on, but she got to do something here. Because what was support is now going to be resistance, and so she may have to finagle around. She might be coming back down here. Retest these areas about 95, 96. It could happen. Especially if you got some bearish divergence forming over here on these things. I don't see it on the RSI. Well, yeah, it is on the RSI a little bit. Well, let's go and check out the chat and see what you guys are recommending now. So I'm looking at, if you mentioned it before my little thing up here, I probably missed it. Hey, there's Celinda. I happen to see you. How's it going, Celinda? Always a pleasure to have you here. We want to see more and more females in crypto, more and more women in crypto, more and more people. More and more female millionaires in crypto. All right, so I do have Trump on the list from earlier. I saw that one. Man, I need to set some mic settings. There's too much background noise. So, okay, we'll do Trump MAGA. I got Solana, Manaki, Cerebro. That one had a pullback today. Should be cheaper. See, Longo Getter says, Cerebro, does it look like it will not hit 42 cents in the next day? What do you see in the long? I'm in a long in it. Okay. Oh man! Dang! There's a lot more. I didn't see all that. Oh wow! I need to start writing faster. Madigo says, is NCT topped out? Glittery Marshmallow, how's it going? Justin's very hyped about the XRP memes, or the XLM memes. Justin says, God Candle. The memes are good. They're excellent if you get in early. If you do get in early. But if you have to start chasing them, you just get burnt. And then they just turn into these little matters of stuff on your wallet. The memes are an in and out thing. I really do believe that. How's it going, Echelon? We are blessed today. That's how we're doing today. Blessed to be alive. We're all blessed to be alive. To be breathing every day. I like to breathe. Breathing is good. It's one of my most favorite activities. I try to do it all day long, as much as I can to breathe. Is that Linda? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I'm way behind. That was how to pull the fibs. We already went over that. Chris-Line says, render AVEX. Solana's already on the list. Render. Bullish on Parade. TokenFi. All right, let me come back. And there's Joe from Trade Intuition. How's it going, Joe? Man, I got a lot of windows open up here. Let me clean this stuff off. Boom. For you guys that don't know, Joe is also a fellow YouTuber. He likes to teach, that does a really good job teaching technical analysis. Go check him out. Like and subscribe. I'm subscribed. Why don't you subscribe? Go check out Joe. He's got the alpha. Sometimes he's live 3 times a day. Oh, here's a Tangem wallet. Are they still doing the you still got that? They have still got their Black Friday 15% off. I'll never get a payday from them again, probably ever. My code's only got 10% off, DAWG, but Black Friday 15% off as long as it's there. Hey, maybe 15% is 15%. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. All right, let's get into some of these altcoins. We're going to check out Trump or MAGA. I think it was up around $2 or somewhere through there. They got this on base too. Oh, ooh, I can't believe it. It's pumping right before the, it's not the inauguration, it's just the confirmation, right? Wow. I might actually break even or something on this. Actually, I should be at about break even somewhere through here. I got down. That stuff went down to hardly anything, about $1.30. Yeah, we're hoping that it would bounce over here, but nope, it's drop down. Rising patterns are bullish, so you can't be surprised when they actually do break to the downside. They're fun to play on the upside, but this is what they're supposed to do, so you can't bitch about it. Oh, this side sucks ass. That didn't happen. Let's see what we got now, though. We got to adjust our fib for new information. Well, I was going to zoom out, but it didn't really. It's all about the same. Ooh, 8 hour looks interesting. I like the 8 hour. I already where the moving averages are and everything. I don't think we're going to get past that $4. I don't see that happening. Not right now, anyway. They're pointing out the $4.70 area. Honestly, I think if we're looking for a move to happen this week tied to Trump, probably $3.97, $4.71, and I mean we can get the little bonus area up here, and just in case, I don't think it'll hit it. I think we'll get a pump up and then another push down. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we just keep going up. That's what my bag needs to do, because I still got some of this. I was nibbling, but I was nibbling when it was around $9 and $7. But I started, but the lower it dripped, I started nibbling harder. But I'm average somewhere about where we are, thereabouts ish. I'd like to see it do something a little bit more than. So no, I don't want that one on there. I'll market that, but I don't think we'll even hit 687. So yeah, $4 for 397 is what it's actually got. That she'll probably get a hiccup there, but she might get a little bonus run up to 468. This is an 8 hour time frame, and we got the 666 moving average bearishly crossing the 800. So now technically they've all flipped bearish, and when that happens, sometimes we do get a little pump up, and then it doesn't stick, and we come back down and probably retest these $2 areas down here, 225 and all that. So yeah, I would get paid on the way. I plan on it. I need to put that money into faster horses or something. I'll hold a little moon bag, but I don't believe in holding big things of the meme coins. They're here. They're yeah, but they have a purpose, but I don't think that should be the main focus. You have to be with the meme coins. When you start getting a bunch of hype around them, that's when you want to. That's really when you want to be backing off on them. When everybody starts talking about them and when they start getting pushed a lot, that's when it's like, oh, Well, we've already missed our entry, haven't we? Because the more that they get pushed, well, it's they help the communities out there. They are trying to get the word out and be a community and all that, but it also introduces exit liquidity into this market. So you got to keep that in mind. So the more you see people talking about them, the more I see people talking about them, the more I'm like, yeah, we'll watch and see how this goes. Okay, just true. We got $230 and $245 right there as some targets. We can get past 220 on Solana. Still the same thing that I've had. It's not changed. What I will point out here is I'm on a 2-hour time frame. Not because it's anything. I have heard some people, and I kind of agree with it. People say it's a lot less noisy and you can get some better information. You get a better read on the charts on the 2-hour than you can on some time frames. One advanced trader and one of the trading, or the only trading group I was ever in, it was more, he knew some advanced concepts, stuff that I haven't even got around to. But he really he swore up and down by the 2-hour. And I see relevance there, and the moving averages are telling me some stuff too. So we got Lucy up here, Lucy. She's always got to get her butt into the mix there. Whenever there's a rejection, sometimes you dig deep enough, you'll find her in there. And it seems price seems to be respecting that red moving average there. We've been rejected twice there, and then we caught support here on this 800 moving average area. They can act as support there, and they change. I'm just saying, price affects where those levels are, but when is an average of price, and sometimes when price comes back to that average, there's a reaction. So we look for that. I look for that. So if I'm discerning the momentum here from what we got, she's trying, but that I don't. Not saying that she cannot break above these two moving averages. In fact, the 600 above the 800 is actually a good sign. The 360 crossed them both. That's going to sandbag us a little bit. We could just end up ranging through here, but I can definitely see us coming back to test some of these other areas closer to 200. We could. It's a retest of this area right here. We never got a proper retest of this breakout now, did we? Sad to see it happen now. That would suck. But we could. 200 moving average on the 2 hours hanging right down there. Let's zoom out a little bit on Solana. Let's see what the daily says. The bigger time frames are going to be more honest with you anyway. I think that they are. Let me get rid of these fibs because they're just annoying me. Oh, no wonder you double fibbed. You're a double fibber. 800, 600, 300, 200, 100. Beautiful on the daily. You can't ask for much more. 100, we've had support there. 9 moving average crossing bullishly over that 21 that it lost a long time ago. We're underneath a 50 moving average though, right there. And it's hanging out at $219.64 is where it's piping in right now. We got a couple of little lines drawn. I don't know why we have 2 lines drawn. I'm going to erase one. And that's what we're finding resistance on. Oh man, in this cloud, I don't like that. I don't like what I'm seeing on the cloud. It says that we can get choppy through here and then break out. Like we're not going to go jump through it now. Like we could go sideways and get choppy and then try to pull over there. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but we do have a breakout, and lots of times they do come back and retest their entry areas. And there's some signs that could be happening. Let's come now to the smaller time frames here. And here on the 4 hours, the 360 is kind of taking place of that 50 moving average, and here's the one that was the 800 on the 1 hour, I believe, or the 2 hour. So I can see some rangy possibilities here, but overall it's good. We're making a higher highs, and we just got to make a higher low. That's what we're missing right now. This equation is a higher low. And it may be coming now. It looks like it's setting up to do it. It doesn't have to, but it more than likely is. Unless we get past this 9. Well, actually, Me take back the probably is, because it looks like we got duck lips on our little moving average over here. That's kind of bullish. So maybe it'll take it a minute, but we just expect that we can get a pull back to these lower 200 areas after we get up a little bit. Did you erase some twin wines? I wait some twin wines. I need that twin wine. Put the twin wine back. Measure move for this guy. I mean, we get up. Solana looks good. She's going to, you got to be patient with her. 4 hour, we're on that 200 moving average. That's bullish. That looks good. We got some stuff to get over, but good. Let's check out Maneki or Maneki. Oh man, yeah, you got some work to do. Could be a nice little bear trap for me. That's what we need to hope. Let me give you some opium for that idea. We're on the daily chart. Here's a lot of opium for your moving averages. Oh, well, even before you're moving it. Look at this cloud, this Ichimoku cloud. It's got a target at 1 cent right up here, right above it on the red cloud. Big, thick, that's what I like. That kind of, it's almost like gravity pulling us into her, like a big, beautiful woman just trying to come up and wrap her big old bosoms around you and go, "Oh, honey, I missed you. Hug me." Yeah, that's what I foresee coming from Maneki. It's going to take a while on the daily. It might take a couple of weeks, but that's what I see. I see a big bosom redhead right here, just going, "Hey, baby, oh, missed you." Just sucking us right into her, and hopefully we'll spit her out on the other side and we'll run away, because that might get kind of scary. I don't know. Hello. So this blue 50 moving average, now she is turning down. I don't like that, but she's still above the 200 and 100. We're still good. We just got to get it. We're above the 9 here on the daily. I think we got it. I think that's got a good chance this being a bear trap idea. You want to see it get back above this dotted line, and that's somewhere around 0.0058-ish. So, you know, just a little over half a penny, that idea, but I think that looks good. And I know this sounds crazy until that one day. Looking for me angles. I'm not. Right there you are. Beautiful, just beautiful, I say. 0.0076 looks like the target, and we need to get above to start making the real magic happen, to push us over here toward this 0.0122 area. Once we get there, who knows, we might be a little jiggy with it, might even pop back out of that and go up for some high targets. And I'm saying, if we're going to do that and get past that little guy, maybe a bonus target here, but then I would start looking at this little guy right here. 0.02, yeah, I know it sounds crazy until that one day when you wake up and say, hey, look, we're 0.02 cents for Maneki. I'm a freaking genius. Up 280%. So that's what I'd like to see. We gotta draw. Get this guy red. So this is our accumulation zone. Ethan, we're below that red line, and we got a while to get there. From where we are to there, breaking back above the trend line could be a possible 40% gains out of this, and we're on the bottom, baby. This is the best. I mean, if you're going to play this thing or add to your bag, this is not a bad place to do it. However, this is on the daily time frame. It looks like it's hinting that we might get a minor pullback or retest here. Let's go to the smaller time frame, see if we can figure that out. That looks good. Yeah, you broke a trend line, so it looks like you could hold right here though. Looks like she wants to hold where she is. Swing low to swing hard. Tell me where I need to buy. 618 retrace, came back up, didn't go back low. I went to this 0.5. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. I like it. She's stair stepping up. Good sign. We draw a trend line for that one. Don't you break it. That's steep. She may get a few humps and then before we break it. But that's a steep channel. What channel? That channel right there. That channel says up here. Could also be a nice little target, 0.0058. It's not very big from where we are now. It's like 0.0051, and like that's just chicken feed, and that's just 11%. But getting past that will be a good one. I like the Ichimoku. I like what I'm seeing here. The biggest thing I think to consider is this, or not that. This area right here that we're getting out of. Well, this little guy, we're getting out of this guy. We already flipped these areas. That's what we're flipping right now. That 0.5 fib right there. And looks like she's catching. Oh man, I think that for me, this is a great place. I'd be putting probably could put a trade entry right here. This is a trade setup. It won't. Let's see. Let's do a trade setup for the great. I'm on the trend lines. I put my stop loss below those trend lines, and you can go below those wicks there, because if she starts breaking out of this little guy and breaks that trend line, this trade's over. So you can get really tight stop losses here, about 1 or 2% on this one. So entry, it's basically now. Stop loss. For me, I would be putting right here, 0.00509. This is Maneki. 4-hour swing trade idea. And it was about 11% gains, I think, right? All right, Maneki, let's take a look at Cerebro. Oh, looky, it's a juicy little buy box over here, around 49 cents there. Beautiful, couldn't ask for much more unless we got a bigger discount down at 40 cents. That would suck if you bought it here, though. Got the 4-hour crossing of the moving averages. Still good. Recoverable. 618 pullback. If it can hold this area, you got a good shot of getting a nice bigger target. Like this guy. And this guy. So it gives me hope that we can get a nice move up to 93 cents. And a bonus target there at 96 cents. And that's about a 2x from where we are right now. Remember also you had a breakout here. Looks like we met that. And then we're coming back. There's that idea. You cannot negate this though. It may be there may be still a slow burn down just to retest this breakout area. You can't ever forget that. 43 cents even down to 40 right here at the 786 retracement. That could happen, but bouncing here is a good sign that maybe in that little zone that maybe that's holding right there. She's got some work to do here. Let's come down to smaller time frame and see what that looks like. Ooh, yeah, you do have some work to do. But overall good. This is where my bigger moving averages help me out on these smaller time frames, because they represent moving averages on bigger time frames. So it's kind of like me peeking into the momentum in a future chart and be able to apply it here on this one. And that's how it kind of works out. I can't always tell you what that chart's going to be, but I do know it's going to be reflected on a much bigger one. Let's see, if it's a 1 hour here and we got the 800 moving average, it should be the 200 moving average, I believe, on the 4 hour. Is that right? 40 cents. Yeah, see right here. So don't expect me to do math in my head a lot because it's not happening. So here on the 1 hour, just for some noise, 800, 600, 300, 200, 100 moving average, they all look beautiful. It's a chance that we can come down, and still even with these, that we can come down here and talk to that 800 moving average, but we're trying to bounce here. Haven't really touched that one. I'm not seeing what I need to on the cloud, but we still got hope. You know, if we can bounce out from this area, everything can smooth out. And then the 618 is a good area for us to be bouncing from. A nice little bottom possible wick there. A little hammerish candle right there. A Morningstar reversal. Maybe. We got anything in our indicators helping us out here? MACD likes. Let's check that. One of the things that you can do right now is check the daily MACD on your altcoins. Ooh, now most of them are doing totally opposite from what this one's doing. That's a little bit of a warning sign. Ooh, I was hoping to see something more like this on the 4 hour. So that means that we can go up, and then, like I said, we can come back down. So we might be getting the dippity-doo. The dippity-doo-dah. Get our hopes up and slam us down. Look at that 21 moving average getting ready to cross over this 50 on this 4 hour time frame. I'm looking for a dippity-doo. I think we're going to have to move our little box down. It'd be great if this area holds, but it's starting to look like, yeah, she's going to pull one on us over this week. Zerebro. So, I mean, these things were hot as F just a few days ago. Everybody wanted them, everybody chasing them, and now the give back. And now it looks like the retest of the breakout. And that's from the wicks, man. If you want to go seriously down to candle bodies, you could be looking at what gets hot at some point. It might not. So it kind of like the Caspa meme coins, they got really, really hot there, right? But then after a little while, they weren't as hot. You can see something similar, maybe not as deep, hopefully, out of these some of these coins. But then some of these are good. I mean, this is a good narrative, the AI agent thing. I'm not trying to diss it at all, but this is what happens with new stuff. It goes up, and then it comes down. And this one's burning down while everything else is trying to go up. So they're rotating. The profits are rotating out of this and other stuff. Let's look at NCT. Polyswarm. Okay, we looked at this before. I just don't ever recognize it by that ticker symbol. Coinbase looks good. Do we have it anywhere else? Mexi's got it. 38 people. Wow, I'm impressed. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Oh, wow, look at Polyswarm. That's pretty impressive right there. That's a boner if I've ever seen one on a green candle. Sorry that came out loud, but wow, it's what you call it. That is a pocket rocket to the upside right there, right in front of us here on the daily. It's been days of big green candles just pumping smiles to the upside right there. Just humping it. You can't lie. What gets wick got candles sticked and then some. He said then some. Well, you can't bitch about this. This is great places to be taking profits, I will say. Ooh, wee, look, there's more. Oh my gosh, I was about to discount you. Can that be true? Polyswarm. Isn't that the... Is that Polyswarm Marcus? Is that the... Ooh, look, you cleared the 382. You can hold it. If you can hold it, baby, you were looking at 10 and then 13 and a half. Oh, the point, all these fibs look feasible here, but yeah, I do like the 618. 886 actually looks interesting. I want to mark these before I'm pulling the fibs another way, but this is our bigger fib pull, so this one's got the most weight. Probably have the cleanest targets, to be honest with you. high to low. Tell me where price is going to go. And we got some places in where we just cleared this area. Swing high to swing low. Different one, different impulse. Tell me where price is going to go. Or tell me how far price is going to go. Sean, what's the copyright? Have you been copyrighting people saying that, Sean? No wonder our channel ain't growing. Sure. Wait a minute. Did you just say that in Sean's voice? Gosh darn it. I'm being exposed by my own turkey face. I'm looking for some ideas here. I got some candle bodies I can play with. They're kind of crazy though. I'm just saying, but they often are until they're not. You've already broke above that. She's looking good. I see something along the lines of this. I could go to the wicks, but then it's going to over. No, it didn't overshoot. It didn't. Oh, looky there. I should have just went with the wicks. All right. Man, looks like she's going on full 1618, man. Once you go full 1618, you can't ever go back. Or you probably do go back. You need to be paying yourself, my friend. You need to be saying, ooh, I'm gonna moonbag this little sucker right now. Perfect target area right here, right now. Even if you didn't nail the tops, you're in top area. This is like, oh, for the love of God, make sure that you took some profit on this. Don't ride this sucker down. She likes to ride it down. She likes to get your hopes up and then slam you down. She might do that a time or two before she really gets to break out to these bigger areas up here. Where was it that we had 15 cents? I do think that's on the way. Let's get us some other target areas over here. Just real quick and whatnot. We're back to the fib that we pulled before, swing high to swing low. 618, definitely. We always want to go with the 618. It's just a given. Just a given. A lot of bots programmed to short there, sell there. My bots were. That's where I first started hearing about it. Nos, you need to pull back. You're too high, man. You need to chill out, baby. We didn't get a pullback point, did we? Oh, you're gonna be tricky. Okay, we're gonna go here. Swing low to swing high because it's a higher high than what we had. I mean, it's just actually, this would probably be the most accurate. Oh, if you get a steep one. Let's throw out our 618 and see if she can hold that. That area corresponds with these tops over here too, and these areas over here. If I were to draw a line over here, it should line up pretty well with that 618 area. If I move it down to a candle body right there, ooh, it's right on top of it. So I like that area for a nice retracement. After she confirms the rejection up there, let's come to the smaller time frame and see what it looks like. Ooh, nice parabolic move. It can't go up forever, baby. You gotta give up. You gotta take a breath. I know, she still looks like she wants to do it. She still looks like she wanted to do something. She's on the breakout right now. All right, so she's got a channel idea right now as we speak. Let's get rid of the fibs so we can see the chart. Go as far as you can, baby. Maybe you'll make that 10-cent area. But whew, that's going to be hard for you to sustain. Usually, if you parabolic move, we look for about 5 stages. Maybe that's kind of tricky to count. Nobody's really given me a really good way to count these 5 stages. I've not found that answer yet. I'm still looking for that. If you guys find it before I do, please share the free group. I'm sure that I may start looking in FibWise and see if we can dissect them that way. But usually there's supposed to be 5 stages. 1, 2, 3, 4, and usually the 5 we're looking for a blow off top, and that I found that fifth stage doesn't always come, and they don't always get those blow off tops. That seems to come toward the end of the market a lot of times, or the end of a run, of a bigger run. So we'll keep our eye on this. She's in dangerous area of the pollen. Oh, so your question was it at a top? Yeah, I think you're at a good top area. That was the question. I should have referred to the question. We answered that a long time ago. Let's see, we got one for God Candle. Guess we gotta go to Dex Streamer for that one. God Candle. Is it such a thing? God Candle, right there on Solani. Well, let's wait for it to load up here on the daily. Well, she's got some work to do for a God Candle. Looks like she's at a possible bottom idea right there. Look, you're in a fallen wedgie. To the upside. Put this at the possible breakout area. Looks like it'll take us just a little bit above the 618. But lining up pretty nicely around that little top area. Just depending on where it breaks out, it can vary. I will draw a tentative line right there. So if she gets the breakout, that would be cool. That would be tray cool. Get up to 0.000016 and you're at 5 zeros and 61 right now. Will it tell me how many percent that could make? Oh, it does. They don't always do that. 159% up to that particular target for God Candle. You need to print us a God Candle, God Candle. Let's take a look at render. Render. Render on Binance looks good. We charted. Oh yeah, we got targets and everything here. Zoom out, look at you, make sure I got stuff lined up, still relevant or everything. Oh, did we get bear trap? Did we get a bear trap idea? We might have got a. That's a hanky. Well, that's this angle and that angle. We could look at it as an idea. We could play it. We could play it and see. I'll count that. So if that's true, I'm going by angles just to identify channels, and that's the only way that you would. Well, no, you could go from this touch to that one, and you would line it up a little bit different, like there. But possible bear trap. I like the bear traps that we talked about earlier, and there's a horizontal support there too. Just great. Perfect setup for that. Bouncing back into a pattern can be a bullish move toward the top of the pattern. So we got another area at $9.82. I've got a Bukowski measure move. What's that from? Oh, from this guy, from the falling wedge that we broke out of. So, zooming out, looking back where you've been. Even if I zoom in, I get stuck on a small time frame. I don't know where I've been, and this is what we were. The whole thing for this was to be in this pattern. Try to buy on the bottoms if you're going by my theories, or a breakout, and then have a big target up here in $14 area. So that's what we're waiting on. We just came up and didn't quite meet it, retested these areas, but then did our pullback. Remember, the patterns get a pullback, usually to the point of breakout or to somewhere on that trend line. They can play out several different ways, but the general rule is the breakout will come back to when you break out, you'll come back to the point of the breakout. That's the general rule of thumb. We found that they can come back to anywhere along that trend line. But this one did pretty much as expected. Here's some other clues. This being a bottom channel or triple bottom. Some people would call it a head and shoulders, even though I don't. Does not meet my definition. Some people might be looking at it as a triangle with a retest. There's so many ways you can look at it, and what I'm going to tell you is, it doesn't mean that you're wrong if you see something different than what I see. As long as you got 3 touches on one side and 2 touches on the other, you have a valid pattern, according to Thomas Bukowski, and you can play that little sucker. And you can take your measure move from that, and you can expect it to work for you. The crazy thing is, your measure move might give you the same target that everybody else is getting from their different patterns. It works out that way. It's crazy. So you can get some confidence those ways too. So render, I like it for some more upside. If I were going to look at our new information here, which isn't really that new. Yeah, it's just 618. 7, let me move it down to here too. 970. Better reflection of that 618 Fibonacci there. I'd expect some pullback right there. Let's take a look at TokenPi. Where did you go, TokenPi? Here on KuCoin. Ooh, not looked at this in a minute. Ain't that a mess? I can't tell what's going on here. Bottoming. Let's clear out all the old stuff. We got above the daily 200 moving average. That's good. This is the perfect time to fibber out from our previous high down to our lows. Still within our nice little zone here. Got to get above 8.4. Once we clear this area, we should start seeing some better movement back up to around 16.4. So I'm going to redline her out. This is our accumulation zone. 6 months from now, you'll be looking back and say, man, 6 cents was a good deal. Wish I'd bought more then. Crazy as that sounds now. Look at that trend line. Got a nice breakout. Come back, and that's what we talk about. These breakouts, crazy breakouts. It retested the line once, went up, came up here, came back, and retested the trend line. Lower than the breakout price. That's what I was talking about earlier. You can see that happen a lot on these diagonal patterns. I like that area, but this is going to be the area it might have to struggle with to get past 8.4 cents. I think on this one she probably will get past it, but don't be surprised if she double tops there and comes down and accumulates again. That could also happen. Moving averages are kind of suggesting that maybe after we get a little pullback now, and one should be coming due if we're looking at, I mean, I know we got a channel, but we also got several. We got 1 touch, 2 touch. We might get a third one. We might get 3 humps and a dump. Looks like we might get, but it looks like 4 humps. However you want to look at it. Look at that 5th wave right there. A 1, 2, the double hump 3, a 4, a 5, an A, B, a C. Correction will take you down and break that trend line. So I'd expect her to come down just a wee bit before she goes up to 8.4 area. Elliot, you are good for something. Gosh darn it. They're so subjective sometimes, though. I'll be looking at this 382. I'd also be looking at 0.5. I'm not sure that we're in 618 season anymore. That's kind of weird to say, but we're kind of moving out of 618 season. Say it ain't so. Let's take a look at the avalanche. Oh man, so if I got an arrow, it means I thought it really had a good chance of doing that, of coming down there. The rule would have been if we would have to break this trend line to look for that, and so maybe it was wicking down there, and we said, oh, it's on the table. If I got an arrow there, it means I was more convinced that it would get there than not, and we didn't. We're just bottomed out here again. An Adam and Eve, and now we got an Adam and Steve. Now we got a double bottom area here pattern. I say a bottom because price came down and did that. You see some people saying price went up, and look, we double bottomed here, and I'm like, well, yeah, you found support there. I don't know. Are we splitting hairs at this point? You know what really matters is it doesn't matter. You can just call it a channel and you're never wrong. Look, it's a channel. I'm just telling you. Greatest thing about channels, like, you're not going to be wrong. It's like, ooh, better move to the upside. You get a breakout from the channel. $200 moving average is giving us a little bit of a headache right here. Got to get above that guy. I want to zoom out. Nice. Could it be a cup and handle? It's not confirmed a cup and handle. You know, you can have, I mean, really your best cup and handles are going to have more of a level lip line, and they can look like they're making a cup and handle as they form a much bigger cup, and like it can come up here and then do the handle out. And you might be saying, well, this is the cup and handle. And that's when you hear some people say that you are having a true cup and handle form, and sometimes you will see a bunch of little cup and handles in there where price rises up to the lip and then has another lip. Just saying. Regardless if it's a cup and handle or not, I'll still find you the damn channel. And you won't go wrong with that channel idea, but you might go wrong with that cup and handle idea. I'm just going to throw that out there. So clearing our area, finally, hopefully. Lower low here, we need to make a higher, or a lower high, we need to make a higher high. These areas right here look good. It'll take a while to get there, I think. $93.98, is that right for EVAX? Oh, I like that target. Also, this area right here, $77 could be coming into play. Those are the twos I would look for. We've already been up to a 61. We go back up there again, we're probably working on getting higher. But that would make a legit, if you need to sell at 61 to get gains, that's your next stop in my personal opinion. So you may go below, go past it though. Let's get back to the chat, see what you guys are talking about. Bingo on the bingo, it's party time now. Brackets Adventures, what's up, my man? Bullish on parade? Uh-oh, was there something? Man, I'm way behind, aren't I? Bullish on parade, you got me saying that in my head, swing high. Swing. That is part of the evil little plan. Awesome explanation on the fibs. Oh, I'm glad that made sense. I worry whether I'm being articulate enough and making things make sense. New York Stock Exchange is closed on Thursday. Baba Yas says hammer time. Linda says file needs to hit 11. We did look at that earlier, and yeah, I'm liking it. Altcoin has the Mexican boot platform. Maybe I'm just way behind in the chat here. Oh wow, I am. Are you able to look at Solana and ETH? I did look at Solana, so I am way behind. Joe, also a fellow Apple Water connoisseur. I've been thinking about getting some more Apple Water at some point. Speaking of Apple Water, I'm partaking. Maddie goes NCT, and we look at that, so hopefully we didn't miss it. SBL says Litecoin. So how far are we in? We're at hour 34 minutes. I'm going to put 50 minutes back on the timer here. So I got Shiba Inu left. And Litecoin. Ryan Case says, FYI, I love Joe's channel. Also, great teaching. He's very good. Yeah, he is very good. He's got a way of, you know, I mean, he'll explain his mindset, and I mean, you need to know what he's teaching. And then he's got some special sauce he's been throwing in there as well. He's got lots of special sauces. Don't know if I'll be able to get all of these. Solana Cylinder says 350 in March. I'm crossing my fingers. Yetham. Let's let it happen. I'm wondering if she can get up to around. I wonder if she can hit 1,200. We got about 10 more months. Well, 10 to 12 more months to see if we can happen. I'm just wondering if she can hit 1,200. I'll get some of those that big ETF money coming in and get some hype. Solana hype. Too bad we don't have Sam Bankman-Fried to really get behind it. He could pump it. Get that old Alameda pump. Every time my wife walks by the TV, she says, "What the hell is this turkey saying?" Can't remember if anybody talked about it. Has anybody seen how Jasmine's doing? I looked at it last night, but I haven't really paid attention. I thought he hit above 0.03. I thought he'd hit above 3 cents a day, but I don't know for sure. Real Estate Machine says Zen. There's one of my plays right there. It's been doing good too. All right, let's come on down here. Avi Medina, how's it going? Matty Ghost. Come back at 4 seconds. C. Longacre, Devi, or Turbo at the time. Let's see what we can fit in here. Is there a way? Oh, what's the question? Is there a way to zoom in a bit? Hard to see the numbers. A way to. Okay, let's see. Did they change on me? Let's see if we can. I'll remember how to do this. Do I have to go over here? Oh, how's that? Oh, that should help. Does that help? A little bit? That's at 20 font. Can't get them too big or else they'll squeeze and then they won't ever make sense. Hopefully that'll help. I'm trying to get some of these numbers bigger too. Oh, can you do it on the fibs? That would be really cool if we can have bigger font on the fibs. Can we do that? Oh, look, we can do it on the fibs. Let's go with the... Is that crazy? What? Let's see if we can rock 18 on that. I have trouble seeing things too now as I get older. If I don't wear these little reader glasses, everything in front of me is freaking fuzzy. All right, let's take a look at Shiba. KuCoin looks good. Probably got something there. No, I don't. Yeah, I do. Shiba Inu bouncing off the little price, that little area that we had right there. Nice. Megaphone pattern. Respecting it, you can say that you got an Adam and Eve bottom formation there at the bottom of that trend line, and it has confirmed. Let's come down to a smaller time frame so you can see that a little bit better. Oh, now we're looking at the bigger one. We still got this area right here. So that was the top of it. We broke out above it eventually. So we got the Adam double Eve. Bukowski, do you have that? I think he does. This is the Adam and Eve, and Adam, I just want to see if he's got it. There's variations on the Adam and Eve patterns, and I think he talks about it here. But they're just double bottoms. One's pointy and one's round. That's the double bottom rules are the same for all bottoms, basically. And it's basically a channel. I'm just saying. Wish I knew who that OG dude was on Bitcoin Talk back in the day. I don't even think it was addressed to me, but I think I was just reading through the threads and this over these questions, and it was like, son, you just need channels and triangles. It all boils down. I've been around the world, or basically, I've been through it all, and I'm telling you, patterns is channels and triangles. Sounds like something Jason Casper's grandpa would say. But I gotta admit, I think he's true. It took me all this time to come back and say, it does seem like channels and triangles can really do this for you. It really does. 0.00027. You can skip all the flags and all that. You don't have to. Channels and triangles. I see sheep doing good, man. I do. We can zoom out a little bit. Let's go with the major pull. What was that? Oh, she had a... Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, that was on... Had a booby bottom there, I believe. Swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. You bounced off the 618 perfectly. You know that's where we're headed back. You know we're going back there. That's at 0.0000323 area. I'll mark it. We'll have to come back and see it. And let's see how she does there. I mean, there's a slight chance that she could pop up to 382.06 area. I think I want to make my fibs smaller. I think they're starting to conflict with my other price things. So that's the idea I've got for Shiba, and let me get rid of this guy. These things are fun because we gotta mark one up here. Because they can go up to the top of that pattern, and we want to make sure that we can get it. I know it's crazy. Sounds crazy until that one day, and you come back over here, and we have to go, look, nailed it! I wouldn't doubt if you can go higher than that. I was going to put the higher one, but I'm just going to go with what we got confluence over here. You can get strong moves from the bottom of these things. So my personal opinion, it's a great place to be in shit. Take a look at Litecoin. It's $1.15 here on Coinbase. You got a breakout. Say the fib, trend lines, we play like this. We break this and we say, ooh, we got to do something. This should be our exit signal. And then when she starts, then we do the top line and we follow the trend line. And then we wait for the breakout of that. Especially if you put another little trigger. I like to use the 9 moving average. You get a breakout, you're usually going to bump up the 9 moving average. That's your trigger. Let's enter this sucker. If you're buying a breakout, that's one of the signals I use or recommend. Hop above the 9 moving average, jump in, and then let's trade this baby. From there, after we figured that out, we can just kind of figure out what kind of shape we're in, which is kind of ballsy. 2 ways to look at this. That's kind of steep if we start here and draw the trend line, but you got the most touches, so that's valid. I just don't know, kind of steep. You also got an area that would cut in sooner than that ever would. So, and that's from this bottom to the top. Swing high to swing low is here, so that makes this valid for a pattern, in my opinion. Sounds crazy right now, but that 382 Fibonacci at 183 for Litecoin. It's a ways away, but I like it. 128. Let me just put my fibs again here over here. 128 is the bigger fib pull for accumulation zone. 124, 128, 134. Looks really good. That one looks really solid. I want to make that one different, make it red just to say so. So 618 looks strong. This red line I got there, that's a major fib level, but it can also show up as a zone, and both of these fibs are on both sides of it. So this could be our little fuzzy zone. So I'm just going to leave it at 124 and 134. Let's take a look at Jasmine. Looks kind of similar to Litecoin, doing the same thing. Gonna break out, heading up to 0.047. I seem to like the measure move here at 0.04. Whoops, what happened there? So I'm swinging with this guy. I've got arrows pointing to that guy that measured move 0.053, and even some bigger targets over here, 0.07, 0.075 for higher high after that. That'll take a minute. We're on the daily. You're on the 4 hour. And 200 moving average, we got to get above that. There may be a pullback over the next day or two. She may go, I think she can go higher before she gets her pullback. We'll have to see about that. She's getting away from this trend line. That looks strong to me. I like that. Take a look at Zen Horizon. She's at $28 right now. She's been ranging around here. She went up to $46 and she was hanging around 14, 13, and even lower. Down here around 8 for the longest. It was 8 for the longest. I was stacking around 8. Adding to my bag. I put it over on spot margin, just started stacking that bag, building that bag, and then I was taking profits on the pump ups. But man, her getting up to there, that was awesome. I pretty much almost got out of my whole position, so I had to start buying back when on these lows, trying to build that bag back up. So far, it's all right. Might have a support resistance flip idea, maybe, or you may have lost it and already bumped back into the pattern. So that's one thought. She's going sideways. Let's clear it out. Zoom out. Because she's already made her move and she's coming out of accumulation or just ready to. Just ready to. That was a little bit too much for, I like $87. That's a great target. 109 is a great target too. These are kind of far off though. Should be able to see these over the next couple of months, bumping up to $88 and $110. Now let's take this idea, let's take this swing high and let's move it down to this one right here. Get something that's a little bit more in our range, a little bit more current here, and that's hinting that was a toppy area, so no wonder. So we'll go ahead and pull our, well, yeah, we're cool here. We had so our 236 accumulation fib area scaled down on this fib pull. Man, it did a good job of getting that accumulation zone. Can be coming back to retest that, so just throw that idea out there. Probably see some relevance on this new fib that I'm pulling. Did you? You're saying you're doing a 5 wave. Turkey kind of sleepy. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. That would count. I mean, I'm seeing, I'm tuning. This should work. That should be just fine. It's just not matching up as beautiful as I'd like for it to. So we will look for the 618. We're at a 0.5 that's holding now. Looks like it will give that one up. And the 786 retracement. So any of these targets down through here could be an area that we find a reaction. Best thing to do would be to wait for it to bounce, do a confirmed bounce. But you got trend lines that puts, whoops. Now I start fine tuning it a little bit more with my trend lines. So if it can come down within this trajectory, meet that one's on the table. We got this secondary trend line here, and that suggests that this area can hold. So we don't really want to see trend lines break, so we want to see bounces off of trend lines, and they kind of match up a confluence around some of these fib areas, and we might see that play out. 50 moving average also kind of eyeballing that $21, $22 area. So I'm saying maybe from 28, if we drop down, maybe 22 would be a good area to find some support. But there is this other idea. How's that looking? Oh no, we lost that. I think we looked at that earlier. Yeah, we lost that one. So that just means that that's going to be some resistance on the way up. So now we come down to smaller time frame, 4 hour, see how we're doing. Actually, it looks pretty decent. It looks pretty decent. It still looks like they could, we lost the 100 moving average, and it does look like it can come down here. But overall, I mean, once we do come down and establish a bottom area, a higher low, it looks like it can recover really good. All right, guys, I'm about ready to fall asleep here. It's just 29 people hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you. What I like to do toward the end of the stream is also always go back and take a look at Bitcoin. And did we get our target? No, not yet. Not. I think mine was 99, right around 99.5. We're trying to get out of this little channel. It's not the best channel in the world. Oh, maybe we have. Maybe we're easing out of that. Maybe that's the midline now, and there's a bigger channel line at that angle. Actually, there is. There is. It's a little iffy, but it's definitely there. This angle is being respected. I see 99.5 and 99.7, maybe 100,000. Possibly coming. We're getting a nice little bullish move. I don't know how far it will stick for tomorrow. Do want to take a look at total 3. She looks clear that she could go up. Nice breakout. Altcoins are looking promising. So far, the big thing to watch, again, in my personal opinion, what helps me track this market, Bitcoin dominance. Now, she is starting to, I still think she's going to fake us out in the end. Here we are on the bigger time frame of 6 hours. She's above the non-moving average. 4 hours, she's above the non-moving average. So right now, she's trying to bottom out. She's trying to find bottom. If she does not get rejected again sometime soon, altcoins can take a hit. We might see that happen this week. We got kind of a shaky possible week going on. Let's see what we can see here with Bitcoin dominance. Oh, that's not it. So we're in a falling wedge type pattern, then they do break. They break bullishly. The only accurate statistic I heard thrown out there most of the time by some of the pattern gurus is 68% of the time. They throw it on every pattern. It does apply to this one. And that's what happened. They got so used to being told 68% from a trading group that they were in, and it just sticks in their head. I know, because it happened to me. I was calling everything 68% of the time. Oh, you mean all the patterns break out 68? Well, what does that say? Who made that rule? Determine, well, how do they all break out 68%? They don't. There's differences. It's not too big of a difference on some of them, but you can weed them out and decide which patterns play out better. Follow wedge ones are a good one. It used to be my favorite pattern. You'd find them all the time. I've seen lots of other patterns lately, but here we got one right before us. They can take a while to bust out. But as long as Bitcoin dominance is on the downtrend, we're good. It does look like it's flirting with ideas of sometime over the next 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, just maybe catching a bottom and then reversing. That's what I'm looking for, and that would hurt altcoins. So as altcoins do go up over January, you want to be peeling out a little bit. They will come back. We'll get a crash. Don't worry. Before we maybe hit a nice peak somewhere in April and May, we'll get a nice pullback. Maybe about, on average, about 30, maybe 35%. So you got to get ready for it. Get paid on the way up, baby. Get paid on the way up. Altcoins ain't going to take off and leave you too much. Bitcoin might, though. Guys, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you again tomorrow night. God bless you. And just be careful. Fake out Mondays and Tuesdays. They can get volatile, but we can have some goodness. We're at the good point of this market where numbers go up in the big picture of things, and you can't forget that. They will try to make you think it's different. They will try every way in the world to make you think, nope, we're going to top. Look, shoulder, head and shoulder. 70,000's coming. I mean, if it does, it won't last for long. It will be quick in and out because people are wanting Bitcoin right now. They're going to get it. I would tell you, the double top scenario up here around 110,000, that might be something to look at. I'm just saying, we've got a trend line break. That's just one of our plays in there. Still, smaller time frames. Or Bitcoin. I'm still eyeballing the 100,000. I don't know that we're going to get above it just yet, though. If we are breaking out of a channel idea, we do want to count that measure move idea, and that would take us close to 100,000. All right. see you guys tomorrow night. If not, sometime during the day, I don't know. At some point, Chart School will be coming live and planning on doing that live streams in the membership area. The $3, was it $3 a month, whatever. There's already good videos over there and good alpha and how I've been doing my position trading spot margin portfolio because that sucker is paying off. It's paying off. And just trying to put more alpha over there for you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. God bless you. Sean, take us to the ASIC screen, the end screen, please. Sean. Habib, kick his chair. Kick it.
Come on, come here, bud.
Dang it, road dog. I was dreaming about boobies.
You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like you're so ice, ice, ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Nope. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind. Unpredictable. Fade out of the ground, you ain't no one.
COTR.
Do it at supernova.
I don't know what COTR is.
Hit my hotline, sharing secrets you wish really was part your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wifey know you're begging for my notice? Promise you're the same, running for the meds. Show you like my vibe, that's my candy on my wrist. Bad habit,
Control
now sit down, you can have it.
and up arrow.
See good when you walk my way. Nice big head, come on play with me. Freaky dog, freaky dog. Got a whole lot of love for my dog. I see that when you walk my way. Nice big head, come on play with me. Freaky dog, freaky dog. Now show how freaky you are.
Ooh, I hate it. Man, I had really good vision, like really good vision. So it really messes with me now that things get blurry.
I need a syllable. Talking about big cash, that's the minimum. I'm done with this trash.
Sorry I missed that, Hunter. Maybe we'll catch you again tomorrow night.
Mental state before we get physical. Pour some water in your cup.
You gotta remind me though.
Now look straight into my eyes, then you sip. It's about time.
What do I think about the market this week? I think we're in a good position for more upside, but any reason they got to make it shaky, and they will take it. And tomorrow they probably will make it shaky for January 6th or whatever. We're close to more up than not, and there'll be shakeouts. That's what I would look for. I would look for them to try to flesh out the markets and make people scared, and then start ripping off to the upside. I see it being more bullish, but it will be shaky. It's shaky every month. Wee wee! Tommy 2 liters. Good night, VC. Glad to have you here. Crypto on the Rocks, Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Drink and hang out. Is that on your channel or is that on Piper's?
I'm just looking for a good time.
That looks cool.
And I'm singing like whoa.
I'll have to check that out.
Let me hit the homies in a group text. 10 years, same team. Got a couple trophies, but no chains on the neck. Got a couple Cardis, we don't flood with baguettes. It's a very small world, so my hand holds. Wake up, make the money, that's a man's role. Loyalty and love is what I stand for. Can't forget about trust, but first, please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup, find me under the sun.
Good night, everybody.
I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always prefer Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.
Some call him the Nostradamus of crypto. His jargon skills have discovered new entire galaxies. He once was engaged to Satoshi Nakamoto's oldest sister. He is the most interesting trader in the world. And today we ask him, what do you do when the market crashes?
I buy more. And I also subscribe to Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.